7 years, GT Academy has taken the best gamers from around the world and transformed them into professional racing drivers. Winners have gone from virtual to reality, competing around the globe, winning podiums and racing in the top class of biggest events on the planet. The Racing Experiment has gone on to be the most innovative driver development program in the world and has embraced gamers from over 30 countries worldwide, producing more winners than ever. There have been errors, crashes and failures. For every podium there have been retirements. Not every winner at GT Academy has made the grade. So we follow the team as GT Academy goes back to basics. Roman Sarazan beat 100,000 gamers to win at GT Academy 2015. He's on the intensive driver development program aiming to become a pro racing driver. Well, he's one race away from gaining his international C license. As his training nears its end, it's time to test the car he could be racing next season, the 550 horsepower GTR GT3.
Today we are in the RGN workshop to set my seat in the GTR GT3. I'm really excited and we want to drive it.
Jump in it, just for your first time sitting in it.
Wow. First thing we'll be sitting him in the cockpit, we'll be marking a seat position that's comfortable for him, making sure he's got all the padding required to feel comfortable in the car.
How does it feel on your legs? Does it feel like your legs are floating?
Legs are okay, just perfect.
They will be in the car sometimes for a double or a triple stint. So it's crucial that we get them comfy, make sure they've got no hard points on their back, because obviously that will affect them.
Yeah, that's better. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Roman must now learn and memorise all the controls inside the GT3 machine.
The GT3 has got a heck of a lot more controls than the GT4. Just the steering wheel alone has got 3 times as many buttons on it.
These circuit breakers should always be down. Fuel pump, fan, wipers, flash. If you touch it, you'll get 3 flashes.
Okay.
You'll find that's your favourite button.
Yeah. The driver manual for the GT3. There is a lot of buttons, so you have to read it because when you are in the car you cannot think about what button you have to push to do what you want. I cannot read through the instruction while I'm driving, so I have to be pretty fast.
After every pit stop, normally we'll ask you to do a fuel reset. Start, obviously, hold it down until the engine fires on off. It's your reverse lever. Hopefully you'll never need to use that one. ABS alarm. This is purely if there's a problem. You'll see this light, it'll turn on red. Fire extinguisher. Please don't touch that one. Brake bias. Adjusting brakes front to back. Drive ID. Matt Maybe, driver 1. Roman 2. Alex Buncombe 3. You have to always make sure your ID is set.
A lot of information, but yeah, I think I got it all for now.
Even experienced GT Academy winner Jan Mardenborough must continue to learn new cars and circuits after 4 years of racing.
Learning never really stops in motorsport because you drive so many different tracks, so many different cars. You can never stop learning. If you stop learning, people overtake you. At the track, you might learn something new, a curve you can use, for example, or a certain specific wet line where there's grip. It is exciting once you learn something new and it works. It's a good feeling to have.
Jan has come to Team Carlin's headquarters to learn the new track for the penultimate race of his GP3 season.
Today is about preparing for Bahrain. It's a brand new circuit for me to learn. GT3 has never been there before. It's going to be a long day preparing, a lot more laps than usual.
We're going to start learning about characteristics of the circuit. He's going to start to learn gears, racing lines, and hopefully some reference points.
We'll do a long run to start off with me figuring out where to go faster and to figure out the gears by myself, figure out the lines. Then we'll stop, have a look at some video, have a look at some data, then go again. Me and my engineer work that way because it puts a lot of self-evaluation on my part.
The training session will last all day, but Jan's engineer expects him to be on the pace quickly.
I'd like to think that he's done a little bit of preparation before he's got here. I'm sure he's already been studying videos on YouTube or on the internet. He's now trying to explore the braking points, what gears to use, and he's very much trying to learn this on his own.
Okay, I thought I was doing something good there, but
Trying to improve your exit,
Yeah.
which you can see initially you have, but you can't get on the throttle because you've still got lock on. The idea of the sim is that you can try new things in a completely risk-free environment. So whether it's me suggesting a different line, or the data might suggest trying to use a different gear to try and change his braking technique, for example, it's things that we can go through now and sort of make a bit of a decision of whether we think that's something we should try when we get to the circuit in real life.
Jan learns the circuit using long runs in the simulator. His engineer wants to see further improvement.
He was able to go out and get on it quite quickly, so he's only actually half a second quicker than his very first run, but that took him 16 laps. We're now doing it in 4. He's actually got to a bit of a plateau in his lap time, so now it's about trying to get him to do that quicker. The runs are getting shorter, so the pressure's on now. He has to go out and try and do it quicker. Turn 9, it's a very subtle difference.
I started off staying quite trying to do like a wide line in, and you just can't do that because you just run out of the road. So you'll try something after doing loads of laps, and you instantly know, oh, that wasn't so good. You're always, thinking it's not just about driving around. It's all about, 2 meters there, 2 meters here, a slight line adjustment, a few centimeters to the right, a few centimeters to the left. It's all about fine tolerances. So once you do loads of laps, it's easy to know what's correct and what isn't.
That cost us up to the point where we ran a bit wide, we gained half a tenth, and then we lost almost 3. But then at the last corner, we caught some of that back up. So I think we should try and do another 4-lap run.
Okay.
Try and use the good bits that you've just done. If we can string that together, there's probably a low 44 minute.
After a long day, Jan completes his final laps in the simulator.
I think we did over 350k, but that's around 90 laps of Bahrain. Considering it's quite a long circuit as well, it's quite a good sim session. We worked on long runs to learn the circuit, did a lot of short runs as well, race runs at the end to put us in the best position possible come race day.
2 weeks later, at the race, Jan sets the fastest qualifying time for the 3 Carlin drivers and finishes an impressive 7th for his first ever race in Bahrain. Rookie Romain and the team have arrived at Donington for his GT3 test.
Today is about as important as it gets for a man. First time to drive the GT3 car. It's completely different to everything else he's driven in this very short period of racing he's done.
It's been a very steep learning process for a man. Within a month, he's about to drive this fantastic car. A nervous day for the team, a nervous day for myself, and I'm sure Roman's feeling nervous too.
I'm really excited. I'm really looking forward to drive it. The aim of the DDP is to be able to drive this kind of car.
Romain hopes to race this powerful machine if he earns a seat next season.
This has got 550 horsepower, much bigger brakes, more sophisticated traction control and ABS. It's the pinnacle of GT racing, really.
The power, the grip, the downforce, it's just a big step up in every way. It's a proper race car.
Everything's been leading up to now. This really is the most important part of the whole driver development program.
He needs to prove to us, the team, and everybody at Nissan that he's got the skills to perform well in such a fantastic car. So he's just about to head out for his first session now, and we tell him to be fairly cautious, get a feel for the car, and then as the day progresses, hopefully we'll see some improvement from him. But we're going to build up nice and gently.
We are looking for Romain to just get comfortable in the car and do clean laps and just demonstrate how he drives it to us, not make any mistakes.
Romain gets out on track, and after a steady opening lap, he starts to impress.
Doing very well. Got in the car and got into the times straight away, which was slightly unexpected.
We were here last weekend racing the GT4 car, but in that race there was also some GT3s, and both drivers this morning have achieved lap times that would have won that race. For their first time in the car, to be on that kind of race-winning pace is extraordinary.
The guys are getting on really well here. I was a bit reluctant to say it, but as regards the laps they're doing, they're right on the money.
Romain's first stint in the car comes to an end.
That was incredible. For the first lap, I was trying to feel the car, to feel the capacity, the brakes, the acceleration, the grip, and it was so fast. When you drive it, it's much more amazing.
He has been hugely impressive. During the PTUs, it's taken Romain a little while to get to grips with various cars, but he seems to have jumped into the GT3 car and just nailed it straight out of the box. So hugely impressed with what Romain's achieved, and it gives me a lot of confidence going forward.
The drivers get feedback from the team before heading back out.
despite all the traffic, he was still very consistent. And now you can start asking us or telling us how the car's feeling, what's good about it, what's bad, and then we can either change the settings with the car, or we can look at you and your technique on here to find out why the car might not be performing as you wish.
We thought they'd be spending a lot of time with Rob Jenkinson, poring over the data, trying to find speed, but they're both completely up to speed at the moment. Very strange.
With new tyres on the car, Romain continues to impress, setting consistently quick times.
Setting personal best after personal best, going quicker and quicker. Just hope he doesn't do anything crazy now in his last couple of laps.
Red light.
A red flag means Romain finishes his final session early, but the team have already seen what he can do in the car.
Well, Romain has just come through this test with absolute flying colours. He's not put a foot wrong. I haven't got enough words really to say how well he's done.
It was amazing. I think the best day of my DDP. I really love this car. So much grip, so much brake, acceleration, absolutely everything incredible. It's a proper race car. I hope I will drive it a lot next year.
I was hugely impressed, and he made steps forward every session throughout the day as well. So yeah, couldn't have asked for more from Romain.
He proved that he can drive this car and get good times. This circuit is used for British GT Championship, and those times they were doing would have put them well at the front of that.
Hopefully it'll stand him in good stead for securing a Blancpain drive next year, because he's certainly proven to me that he's got the speed to do a good job in that championship.
Join us next week when we find out if Romain can secure his international race licence, and we see just how GT Academy has changed the lives of some past winners.
Racing driver wanted. Nissan powers the search for the next GT Academy star.